Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the work week. Thank you all for joining me for News 5 Now at 8:05. I'm Shimani Baker. A beautiful day on tap. Of course, it is chilly outside. As I always say, if you're headed to work or school, make sure you have those jackets handy because you will need them. We're kind of on a roller coaster ride of temperatures right now, as John Nodar told us this morning. It's cool one day and then it warms back up. Then it's back cool again. So make sure you have those jackets out and ready to wear if you need them. There's a lot going on this weekend. Of course, Christmas is coming up, so we have Christmas parades. Dauphin Island has their parade tomorrow. Pensacola has their parade tomorrow as well. And so if you need something to do, those will be two great things to get the kids out and have them enjoy the throws and holiday festivities. We are also keeping an eye on a number of news stories for you this morning, including the grand prize of the Powerball. Charlie Kirk's shooter is also in court. We've got the details on that. And a U.S. Senator is expected to speak at USA's fall commencement today. We'll tell you who that is and much more on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Well, you know the drill. We always start off the morning with our big stories. Number 5, a big winner in the most recent Powerball drawing, meaning the grand prize is now worth $1 billion ahead of Saturday's drawing. Powerball representatives say the odds of winning the jackpot, listen to this, are 1 in 292 million, y'all. Very, very, very slim chance, but you could be that one. Number 4 for us this morning. Republicans in the U.S. Senate have rejected legislation to extend affordable health care tax credits. That means people on Obamacare could see their premiums almost double next year. COVID-19 era subsidies will now expire January 1st. Number 3. The man charged with killing Charlie Kirk made his first in-person court appearance this week. Attorneys for Tyler Robinson are pushing to ban cameras from the courtroom in the high-profile criminal case, saying that it could interfere with his right to a fair trial. Number 2. Charter anglers can reel in red snapper for the first time for the rest of the year. Federal for hire snapper season began Thursday and will run through January 1st. This year's quota was not met during the regular snapper season, which was between June 1st and September 16th. And number 1 for us this morning, Alabama U.S. Senator Katie Britt is set to deliver the commencement speech for the University of South Alabama's fall graduation ceremony. She'll speak this morning at 10 o'clock. Congratulations to all the students graduating this fall. We are so, so proud of you. And you'll get to hear from Katie Britt. How awesome. Let's move things over to our question of the day. Today, that question is, what's at the top of your Christmas list? Ooh, what's at the top of your Christmas list? If you're watching this live, I want to know, what are you asking Santa for? Somebody says, peace to all. I love this. Amanda says, my kids have a great Christmas. I love that one. My Christmas wish is for my family to be happy with their presents and have a happy Christmas day. Love that. My friend that's sick and needs help with her bills and not able to buy her baby's Christmas gift. So at the top of her list is someone to be able to help her friend out. Candy, thanks for sharing that. Christian says, for my grandmother to be free from cancer. Wow. I certainly hope that comes true. Ronald says, a wife for my wife's cancer. Steve says, health and family. Let's see. David says bacon. Linda says to be cancer-free for millions of people. Love that. Patty says Jeep and for everyone to be blessed and warm. Andy says, for my son-in-law to make it past Christmas for his kids and my daughter. Oh my gosh. You all are just like warming my heart this morning. A lot of people think of Christmas as like, we got to get each other gifts. You got to spend money. But there are people out here just wishing and praying for health, to be healthy and to be warm and to be fed. And so I certainly hope all of that comes true for you this holiday season. Let's move things over to our poll today. Our poll is, should news reporters be allowed in courtrooms? What are your thoughts on that? Yes or no? I just told you about the shooter in Charlie Kirk's death, asking for cameras not to be in the courtroom to give him a fair trial, I believe, or his attorneys rather are asking for the cameras to be banned from the courtroom. What are your thoughts? Should news reporters be allowed in courtrooms? Yes or no? Let's see what folks are voting on here in the comments. 27 people say yes. 8 people say no. Charles says, only if non-biased and simply report on the case and the facts, always. No, nope. It seems like we have a lot of no's in the comments, but more people voted yes during the reaction part of this poll. And as a reporter myself, I'll say this, guys. It's easier for you all to see and hear with your own eyes and ears what's happening in the courtroom, right? Like, of course, our job as reporters is to break it down, to give you the most important points of what's happening in the case. But you guys can't feel that emotion, right? Like, it's hard for us to write to that and for you to really put it into perspective. When you can see, a victim being upset or crying or giving their story, that is much more impactful than me trying to write to that, right? Like, you guys get that part. And so for me, I would say, yes, let us in the courtrooms, let us be able to have our cameras. And so, we don't have to, people always get concerned about like, oh, are they being biased? Well, if we're cameras in the courtroom, that's a way for you to see it with your own eyes and ears. That's how I feel about it. If you disagree, feel free to chime in. I'd love to hear your opinion on this from the outside looking in. And also, with reporters, it's easier for us to be able to play back our recordings of what's happening in court rather than, we're rushing to try to take notes and make sure that we've got it all and make sure that we're accurate and everything is correct and factual. And so I think that would be another layer of us being able to double check what we heard in the courtroom. So I'm going to vote for yes, but I may be a little biased because I am a reporter. So we would love to hear from you. There's no right or wrong answer. We just want to hear your thoughts. Make sure you head to our Facebook page and you can like and comment and chime in on those questions and polls, and we'll share some of your responses right here on News 5 Now. I hope you all have an amazing Friday and an even better weekend ahead. Again, we always tell you the 5 things you can do this weekend. If you're looking for those 5 things, head to our website at WKRG.com and just type in 5 things to do this weekend. It'll pop up and give you our top 5 suggestions for the weekend. I know there's things going on in Pensacola. The Blue Wahoos are turning their stadium into a walk-through holiday lights kind of thing. And so that'll be a lot of fun. Most of the times we talk about the drive-through light displays, but this you can walk through. So that'll be fun. And there's a lot more going on. So if you need some ideas, head over to our website. Thanks, folks. I hope y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all back here next week. Bye, y'all.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.